Yeah, I can touch it so easily. Hi, 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 hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Carol Machibula saying hi, hi, hi. I'm going to remove my chair a little bit. Yeah, so today we're talking about something that is so important because I thought to myself, because you guys, I'm in health and well-being for so many years, for how long? For how long? Of course, for 20 years plus, going to 30 years. So I was kind of brought up by health and well-being, thinking from a point of, I wanted to show you this because they might not be coming to Vibrantly Africa, and I wish that they are coming because her mom, she's not feeling well, and she gave me this as a gift. Uh, uh, what Lola Mao, beautiful. They sell beautiful, fantastic stuff. So, sis, I'm doing this to see if you could come because I know people will pick up lots of these things because I've been advertising you as long as I shall remember. So, we're lovely, lovely to see you. Hope your mom gets better and hope I see you. Now, today we're talking about the five senses. I think they're a little bit more. Today I just find that one can be added because I wanted to talk about our senses. I'm very in tune with my senses because for many years I've been talking about the five elements, in the world, in terms of spirituality, in another element of the way other people think, which it made sense to me. And I thought 1 + 1 it's 2. So five senses. These five senses are very important in our lives. So we do have them in on a planet. They are called is it five senses as well? I think it is five senses. So I shall remember again. So in our space as human beings, the eyes senses because you see, you feel. The nose, it's your senses because of you smell, and then you take a lot of things that makes you alive and healthy. You can tell if the food is poisonous. You can tell if it's not good for it, if it's not going to be good for you, if you are very in tune with the senses of your nose. So your nose plays very important part in your well-being, in your health, but also not only in your well-being, in your health, but also in the outer world. Your smell can tell you if there's a danger around you. Have aware when you start becoming unhappy, when you go into situation, what moves first. I don't know if we're different. For me, it's always my nose. It moves to smell my surrounding, and then from there all the senses start getting the message because of these senses are interlinked. So mindfulness for me, it's being aware with your senses, because when you're aware with them, you can tell who's around you and you can tell who's not needing to be around you because of your five senses work at once, and then it creates alert kind of sound. So your smell of outer and inner, it's a very important part of you, and you got to keep it in balance, because of when it's in balance, you can smell danger, you can smell food that's not going to keep you healthy and alive in a glorious way as you're designed. So the nose, the eyes are very important because of the eyes see, but the eyes has to be guided by all the senses that comes up towards here, because from here we don't speak senses no more. Yes, we speak senses in a whole part of the body. So your eyes are very important, but the eyes can be very lost if most of your parts of your body aren't in tune. So it's also a very, very important part to nature all your senses going down. So senses are very important. So I say if the brain it's not developed correctly, if you are not made to understand yourself, the eyes get lost, the eyes get jealousy, the eyes judge, the eyes wants to, how do you say that, the eyes and hands and mouth and everything, it's all over the place, because you're not in tune with your senses. So your senses can make you very beautiful on earth, or your senses can make you really, really live in such a sad way in the world, or your senses can make you that people just don't like you because of they some, there's so many things. And when I say it can make you, not people like you, I'm not meaning that when you balance, when you are balanced or you're not balanced, your senses can make you feel out of balance. Look at you guys. This world, it's like, Carol, let's play the game of let's play the game of the world. And I'm so sorry I haven't shaven, you guys. I'm really busy, busy, busy. So I don't have time for that. But anyway, this is me saying the world and five senses. So when your brain is still in a stage of infant self, so your eyes will always see things in a smaller way. And when I say in a smaller way, I'm not talking about financial, I'm not talking about material wealth, I'm talking about self-awareness. Your governor, I'm always calling him my governor because he's always preparing. Look what he has prepared. Who would think that this light will become something so phenomenal in my video live of me doing this broadcast, which I shall do for a very long time to come. So your eyes, if your brains are very in an infant way of thinking, your eyes become blind. You actually see, but you don't. You're kind of blind. So I'm aware, and you know, having to be in London, I had to really enhance this five senses of mine to grow. And I want to say to London, because of you know, with this Brexit thing, it gives me a headache. Not meaning that I'm not balanced. I'm very balanced in the United Kingdom, but Brexit, you don't know where it's going. You don't know. You know, I'm not so good with this law thing, so it makes me feel like I wouldn't mind to leave London because of that fact. But I have grown tremendously in London. It has shaped me. It has, because of you meet the world, and when you meet the world, you meet the really issues of the world. You become very well informed in London. And the United Kingdom, you're doing a good job. If you just really realize what you have in your country, stop this thing of foreigners and all this you know, spaces of predators. Is it predators? Let's stop being predators as human beings and look at the things that we do good to the world. Because of if you wake up and see what you do, if you could make Carol to be who she is today, because of, you know, when I came here, I was still in the you know, in the age of 23, 24 when I started Vunkua, and everything was Vunkua, but nothing but Vunkua. And I came to London and my senses awakened as I was going deep into silentness of sadness, of depression, of trying to find myself after my father had died and leaving everyone I know, which is also such a powerful step that I took to find myself on my own. So that, and as I thought it was going to be glorious, the moment of fun and meeting people, suddenly my own self said, no, you gotta meet me, Carol. You gotta get down to this job and find out who do you want to be from now onwards. Do you want to blame people? Do you want to keep on sitting in the space of, I lost that, the tail. But then it remains the tail. And then your senses dies. And my senses felt, they kind of awakened me, and they put me into the sense of stress. And then it went to depression. And the more depression it became, lucky I became. Because if I didn't go through the depression that I went through when I was in London, alone, away from anyone who knows me. Yes, I always had my ex-husband on the other side. He always encouraged me so much, even though I was very angry with him, really, really angry. And this is me saying stuff. And I was angry with him because of I was still finding myself, you know. And so when we still try to find ourselves, yes, people do things next to us, but they are golden people who come in our lives. And when they're golden, we need to appreciate them. And I shall say, thank you, my beautiful, beautiful, wonderful friend that I have been working in this life with for almost 20 years. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, because of being aware of my senses, I went into the silentness in London. And the good part is that I went to the area that gave me a space for me to think, to look at my surrounding and say, where am I? And the depression keep on pulling me to the past, you know, all the things that happened. But I had to awaken, and I awakened. So that's why I can talk to you this much, you guys. So your senses tells you messages. So when you are the way I was, everything collapsed. But then I became very afraid because of my senses are very in tune. So I went in instead of going out, because when I went out, I was going to disturb people. So I thought, let me go in and find out who I am, even though I'm going through this turbulence of trying to put my feet on the ground. And today I want to say, there is no illness in this world. As long as you still want to enjoy your life, do not say to yourself you're ill. Say to yourself you are in discussions with yourself. Because when we realize that we are in discussions with ourselves, we get connected with our antenna. And our antenna, it's not only on the top, where the ground, where, look at those lights. The more I am so much wise in words, the more light comes. Look at that light there. Do you see how beautiful that is? So your antenna, you're a light, you resonate light. So those are your senses. Be aware of your senses. So eyes, this needs to be developed. This needs to be developed. How you think, how you see the world. And the world, it's the colors that you make. People will come and try to reshape those colors. You will always bring them back, not fighting to understand. Was it pink? Was it yellow? Was it blue? Was it green? You've got to identify it. For me, it's pink. Different kinds of shades of pink I love. For me, it's turquoise. I love turquoise very much. And of course, I love other colors. And my favorite color as well, it's white. I love to be in white, because when I'm in white, my antenna becomes even more enlightened with the air that we breathe. Because of the air that we breathe, it's a little bit similar to the color white material. So I love that. So your senses are very important. Now, we spoke about the eyes. The eyes, did you see how long I stood in there? Because there's so much happening there. Your eyes are really the window to your happiness. And then your mouth. Your mouth, it's more. I said it the other day. I had an interview with this beautiful sister, doctor. She's a dentist. She does amazing things about the teeth. Her teeth are incredible. And how she spoke about the world of dental, I thought to myself, wow, I would like to find out more from her. Even though I'm busy with an event, after an event, I'm going to go to all those people who came to the event and learn from them, because they are amazing people coming to this event. And me, I'm still a learner. I'm still looking for masters who can teach me. And there's lots of those masters in Vibrantly African. So your mouth, it's very important, because what you eat, for me, I check. That's why I'm in tune with everything. I'm in tune. And as in tune I am, I'm still learning myself. So that's why I do lots of self, how do you call it? I always say it, yes. So I always check myself. I speak to my voices to see which voice dominates. And by doing that, I'm actually speaking to my senses. So my mouth, it's what I eat and what I say and how I say it. So to be honest with you, I do not harm anyone with my words. I do not have time to negotiate and talk about problems, because of my mouth. It's not to speak problems. My mouth, it's to speak wiseness, wisdom, education, learning, listening, and tasting the most beautiful food and tasting the most beautiful air, because of as you speak, air comes in and nourish you. Please, you guys, take attention. The breath comes through the mouth. We breathe through the mouth, so we're always eating. Breath, air, it's the food for your light, because your light can never light without the air. So the air that you breathe, it's actually the electricity that keeps that light shining. That's why when a person dies, it becomes closed curtains, black closed curtains. Life has perished, because you not allow no more to take air. So my air guides me on how I speak. My air guides me on how I explain myself. My air guides me on how do I protect my language, my tongue, that I do not drag my tongue into situations that I feel that my tongue would always have to operate on that level. So I check and I'm aware. So I'm aware of my mouth. I'm aware of my smell. I'm aware of my mind. My eyes are very sharpened because of being aware of this. So this is complete. You see that? It's complete. It's very understood, and it nourishes the most vital organs of your body, which are very fragile. The brain has lots of neurons, cells and I'm very interested in these kinds of things. I'm very deep, you guys, and it's like when they study the universe, the stars, the planets and etc. I say this, it's my planet, and then of course I've got my third eye. And the strange part of it is that because I'm so aware of what's going on around me, I realized that around my third eye, I was developing a color. And this color started when my biggest challenges in life began, when I entered London, when I entered Europe, not London, of course. London is just really the mini part of my journey, where I have embarked upon. And I realized that, my God, my third eye started developing a color. And today I'm looking at it, I don't see that color. And the more that color enhanced in my life in these years of me navigating around Europe and going back to Africa, to South Africa when my father was ill in 2011, and hanging around with one of the most amazing friends of mine, few of them I can mention them, Brother Khwadi. I've known him for years. He has been my best friend, and even today. So I was surrounded by him again and in South Africa. But then I keep on seeing this darkness getting stronger and stronger. And I came to London and I viewed this. When I went even deeper, I was very worried. What can I do with this? And I always brush it with my hand and look at it and hoping that one day it will disappear because I didn't know. But then there was also a hole here, you guys. Senses are very important. Your body speaks with you. And me, I'm very in tune with that. So Vibrantly African does not come from just somebody who wants to make an event. Vibrantly African comes from somebody who is so passionate about the subject of health and well-being and living well, wholesomeness. It's about wholesomeness. And I'm not saying I'm wholesomeness, but I'm doing my best. And I'm trying to, there's a lot of things that I need to rectify because of when you go through this stage in life, lots of things pause. But we need to go through it. There's nobody who's bad. You can't put people in prison and think that you're going to change the situation. Teach people about the essence of their prisonness that they hold within themselves. So when they erase that prisonness from understanding their senses, so life begins. So you see, I spoke about this because of this was the part where everything was residing, this discussions. And the more discussions, the more the electrical fuse got stronger and stronger. But stronger it got, stronger it was speaking, because I didn't want to end up to where my inner voice was saying. So my antenna was more stronger than my depression voice. So it became my medicine. It made me to listen, and it pulled me out of that. And then by pulling me out of that, I could see clearly inside what I want to see my world like. I could speak about what I want to see my world like. So I did lots of research. I had computer every day, studying different kinds of things, studying about events, how events are organized, studying, So the first event that I did, I had studied how to send newsletters, how to send letters to people, not newsletters. I didn't do newsletters so much. I did a newsletter the second year, and I did a lot of things. So it's growing progress, Vibrantly African, by growing beautifully, I shall say. So come in and learning. I learned myself, There was a time when I was working in a spa in South Africa with mainly Chinese. I think, I don't know how many there were. And I learned with the Afrikaners, and I was the only Black girl. And I remember me entering there. It was a beautiful spa. It was a lovely spa. I remember me entering there thinking, oh, what a nice place. And I saw these people and I thought, oh, Carol, go say hi. And I went in there, and immediately, because of my antenna, it's so well connected, I could feel who's who. And I got in there, I settled, and I met the powerful people from around the world in that space. So when your senses are awakened, you're a queen of yourself. When your senses are awakened, you understand. Now we go further down. We go to our hands. So what do we have? Mouth. I'm going to start like that. Nose. See. Oh, of course, I forgot ear. This is very important. I'm really sorry, you guys. I got to go back to this one because I adore this. It's hearing. Now you decide here. You make a decision. What comes in and what gets out. And what puts a stop to some words. Because some words are telling you that we do not, we want to destroy your antenna. We want to attach our antenna to your antenna so that you can live with a bit of resonance in that antenna. So how people speak, it's very important for you to hear, to feel their, and that, take out your antenna a little bit to suss out what's going on. And when you take out the antenna of these 5 senses, you use all of them. So they become your messenger. You know, they are a message of what's going on around you. So you choose them by this. Who needs to be around me? Truth, because of the essence of their senses. Is it too out of place? Oh no, this is too out of place. It's not coming in. And that you might be looked at as somebody who's not okay, but because of your aware, always preserve yourself, preservation. And those who come with the senses that are very balanced, it's fun. It's talking about themselves, and you talk about you, and you enjoy this 2 part of you guys sharing who you are. So life, it's all about that. So today we're speaking about these senses because they are so important. So my ears, I love what's coming in them. Even the music, you see that? We choose music. You can't just listen to all kinds of music and be happy with all sounds of music. So today the video is going to be a little bit long, and I'm aware of it. Because of this, it's very important. So Vibrantly African, it's about that. So here, and when we hear, sometimes we become very, very fallible. Hearing makes you to hear what other people are saying, and then you pave yourself from what they are saying. And you ever want to hear who's saying what? What do they say? Really? And I call it. And that creates separation. People separate in ways that they don't understand how it happens. Because your ears are very interested in that. And that still always moves you away from who you are. So now, or you can do this with your ear. Listen. And you listen. And when you listen and it's clear, you don't lose balance. Because when it's, you always go, and you even see your body loses its own measurement because of you live on one side of your body. So I always say that's why shadow self meditation that I teach, it's so important, because it makes your body to be aligned. So when I listen out there, I'm not like this, I'm not like that. I'm not saying, oh, maybe what he's saying is gonna make me better. No, what he's saying, it's about him understanding himself. And because of he's a teacher of himself, I'm going to learn. So I'm going to listen. But if he does not know how to teach himself, or she does not know how to teach herself, and I know she's just going to be creating, I'm out of balance wherever she is or wherever he is. So those who are leaders, they lead because of they're in tune with their senses. So hearing is very important here. And the mouth. Those who are not aware of their mouth and leave their mouth everywhere, they gossip a lot. They create, there's a lot of, and this, my senses will let me know, because of all of them, they are matured. All my senses are very matured. The hands, on the other hand, which is touch, hands are the biggest ones to be monitored. Because all this is in silent. Not in silent as such, in action within, but silent out. The only thing that is active, it's this in terms of touch. Your hands can do anything. I say we've got 20 hands. No, we've got 20 touches, even more, 100 and something touches. There was a video that was done recently that I thought to myself, wow, it's always, guys, I'm wearing another thing today. And these are the beads from Africa, you know, I love them. I've got them in different shapes and different colors. And they really, really make me feel like, you know, being an African, it's the most beautiful thing. And that's what I also learned in London. I learned the essence of being an African, how amazing that is. And it's not that I didn't know it, but I had to put kind of a stamp in it and leave my image just as it is, with my turbans, and with my Kelly hair, the hobe. Ba ka Sesotho ba e bitsa meriri ya dikgobe, meriri e tletseng dikgobe. Hi, get about what's to you guys. It's not like I've forgotten my language. Yeah, sometimes I'm gonna miss some words because of living in Europe for so long. Speaking not your language can affect you a little bit. But so too, so this is it. So your senses are very important. Look after your senses, love you, make decisions, protect your surrounding, and be surrounded by the light. Light. I use color therapy, and and if you look at in my program, there's color therapy. I use mandala. The why we learn from that. There's going to be a brother doing something about Chinese art, something. So these things, talk to these people, listen to them. Brother True Sinclair is an amazing artist. I'm gonna phone you soon, brother. You guys, I keep on saying I'm gonna do this, but there's so much ahead of me. But I'll phone definitely. So this is it. Understand your senses. Open your antenna. Control your hands. Teach your hands to be soft to their own touch. You know how you know that you've got good hands? Touch yourself. Even with this. But feel. Don't just put them just to hold the skeleton. Push them to feel your water, to feel your tissue, to feel your warmth, to feel everything. And do this touch every day so that you can tune your hands to the touch that you want. So senses. So come to Vibrantly African, learn, because of the person who's hosting it. It's also very informed about the essence of health and well-being. And of course, they call it wholesomeness. They call it mindfulness. You can call it lots of things. In South Africa, there was ladies that they used to call them Bapapa Feta. I used to love Bapapa Feta. So we had the Sangomas and we had the Bapapa Feta. And for me, I laid with Bapapa Feta because they used to tell problems of people by using water. And this still resides even in South Africa today, because sometimes we think that things of Africa have perished. No, things of Africa, they are done in a community setup, secretly hidden around the community. So One Love, Vibrantly African, get your tickets, you guys. As I said, the space, we've got beautiful chairs, we've got beautiful spaces. Some spaces are up, some spaces are low. So those who are paying 35 will be sitting up and will be sitting on the front. And those who are paying 20, they'll sit in the middle somewhere. And then of course I've got those who can pay £15. So this is a new price that I'm putting, and those will sit right at the back. So your way to enjoy the event, it's knowing that your seat is you're gonna be given seats according to your ticket. So please go in, you guys. Today I'm sharing the newsletter. I'm so glad. I've been saying that I'm gonna share the newsletter, but I ended up going around to so many places with meetings and stuff. So, and beautiful people are coming in. I'm speaking to this brother, Emmanuel. I shared him yesterday on my Facebook page. You guys check him out. He teaches kids how to sing and he plays piano. And the other day, you guys, you see, they say, ask it in silently. Speak to your inner antenna, which is more powerful because it's also connected with your chakras, which is color as well, isn't it? We are full of color. And I always do this. You know, I've got a painting in front of me here, which I use. And I'm gonna show you guys so you can understand where I'm coming from. Now, this is my okay. This is my view as I'm talking to you guys. And this painting, it was somebody throw it in the dustbin. And I went to throw my stuff and I saw it and I thought, you can't throw this one. And then I thought I'm gonna put it near my computer. So as I'm talking to you guys with this audios of mine, I'm looking through the system of the world, which is cities, and I'm sitting in London. So this is what actually motivates me, you guys, isn't it? Oh dear, and it's heavy, sorry. And can you imagine someone was throwing it away? And I thought to myself, No, that's not to be thrown away. I'm gonna use this for myself. So this is it. It's 29 today because I had to talk a little bit. So go to our website www.vibrantly-african.com, www.vibrantly-african.com, and you can also follow God Gosh TV. They are doing lots of promotion around Vibrantly African. There's other links that I'll share with you guys where we are promoting ourselves in terms of the, what do you call this, in terms of the in terms of Vibrantly African. So be a part, let us grow, because of the only way for Africa to understand, it's not only monitoring one thing, which is your mouth. Your mouth can choose politics, your mouth can choose tribalism, your mouth can choose territorial, and then your hands will act all the time. Because of when you act silently with violence, your hands are distributing it silently. So senses. And you can go also to, if you want to book the, what do you call that, the groups, go to Eventbrite and just try on search, just type in Vibrantly African. Oh, I'm gonna find a way. I wish I had the time to put all these links on these video channels of mine that you can press immediately. I wish to do so. So this is me looking natural and loving the nature that I suddenly own, and it's gonna stay forever. Thank you so much. Thank you, Carol Matebula, and you have a wonderful day ahead. And please do not doubt Vibrantly African. It can be done well. And once again, I forgot to say this. We are looking for volunteers. If you want to volunteer in Vibrantly African, few of you are free to see everything that's happening around Vibrantly African. Really. So you can go to the yogas, you can go, but according to the schedule, you'll be given a schedule, and you got to be on point where you put until your schedule finishes, and then you can go enjoy yourself, and you'll be given free food. And but you have to get yourself there, and everything will be given to you. So you need to register to become a volunteer. Time is going fast, and let's do this thing. Vibrant will only succeed and shine when we are the community that supports positivity. So hope to see you soon. God bless. Carol Matebula. One love. Bye for now. Okay, that was nice.